Check it. You're tuned in to Say What Radio with your hosts, Justin, Taz, and the other guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Say What Radio. I'm going to just start with this one and just say the headline, see what you say. Baseball coach is suspended after he forced his players to spit in his face.
He loses damn job.
A Greek man was convicted of stealing electricity despite being dead. Yes. Convicted him after he died.
So he didn't do it before he died.
Yes.
Okay. What is that? The trial is over.
It's me.
Say what? Say what one more goddamn time.
All right. It is Wednesday, so you guys know what time it is. Say What Radio's coming at you guys. Got your girl Justice here hanging with the other guys, and I will start.
We don't do the hump day for your ear hole anymore? What are you talking about, Mark? It's Wednesday.
No, I didn't get that memo. We are recording ahead of schedule. Okay. Yes, I said schedule.
Anywho, you should start with the...
Yeah, go ahead and start to my left.
Oh, Marco.
Long
Dre
time
T.
no here.
McCoy.
And Dre D. And I guess you know Justin's here.
Yeah, no one cares about me.
Really?
Yeah.
We care about you.
Oh, okay.
That's why we want to meet these men.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into the headlines. I clearly don't listen to the other ones, so
Talking about what I think you're talking about now.
no, it's just some of the dating mishaps I've had. I do it sometimes with Phoenix, which you can hear on Wednesday as well. During lunchtime, Life is P, and there should be a new episode up for What the Finance. Go ahead and go give those ladies some love. And, new thing. And hopefully you guys saw this on social media and Instagram, and I think it was Facebook I put it on. You can now catch us on Spotify. We are now on Spotify.
How does one find that?
Yeah, you just
Say
search
wow.
If you just search for
If you say
it
what
shows
radio, do not put a T. SAYWHA.
Say
It'll usually come up. Your shit don't work.
All
All right.
You just have to scroll down to the podcast area.
Yeah, because it's weird on Spotify because Spotify has podcasts listed as shows rather than podcasts right now. So you'll find all of the ones that are listed as Say What Radio Crew for the actual artists. But go ahead and start it off. Lord. I know everyone in this room is a Movie Pass fan or is a Movie Pass subscriber.
I do not have a movie pass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brian was he didn't get to
He was a
deal in
holdout.
time.
It was a holdout. Well, they're basically seeking, I guess, of course, more funds due to the mishap they had during, not this weekend, but last weekend.
Yeah.
Where they ran into an issue where people were not able to get tickets. They essentially just ran out of money. They had not been paying the processors for the funds for tickets for subscribers. So when people went in to do it, basically the processors were like, we ain't getting paid. You ain't getting no tickets.
Yep.
So they had to get an emergency loan of, I think it was like $5.8 million to get the processors paid and then get another loan to be able to continue operating as usual. But they're still actually trying to get some more money for this. It's kind of like in Kickstarter at this point for them, almost just still looking for investors. But Jules still ain't got a real name, so
he said just Jules.
Just Jules.
Yeah.
We're talking about this earlier. Basically, the plan, their business model is sound for the most part. What they want to do, subscription service for movie tickets is pretty much here to stay, no matter what, because they put that out there. AMC is actually already broken into it. They have their subscription service, which is like $19.95 a month or something like that. You get like only four movies, but it's any type. It's like 3D IMAX and stuff like that.
Why is movie? What is it? Movie Pass? Why are they running out of money?
Well,
because when they came up with their idea, when they did their own analytics, it pretty much told them that most people don't go to, like, the subscription idea. People buy subscriptions and they don't use it as often. They did not anticipate that people would actually buy this subscription for $10, and you have people that would literally go 30 days a month. And they didn't expect that.
And they didn't put any limits.
Yeah, they didn't put any limits in.
So that was bad business then.
No, well, it was just assuming that people wouldn't.
The consumers, we were able to use it, but they weren't getting anything back.
Yeah.
It's not like a gym where you don't lose money with people that go to the gym.
It's hard to say back. It's because it really didn't work out because they took the chance. Like theoretically, that is usually what happens when you buy subscriptions. People actually don't use them to their full benefit. That's what they were anticipating, but people overuse them, and they didn't expect it at all.
You know what started it? Black Panther. Black Panther came out, and they were like, "Wow, people are going to see this movie every day,
4, 5, 6 times,
over and over, all over the world, right?" And then following up Black Panther, you have Infinity War and Deadpool. Yeah. So all these major movies that in their eyes they were like, "Well, people are not gonna go to the movies." No,
more than once.
All these major movies come out in the same time of the year.
Yeah.
They cleaned them out.
And believe it or not, you still have extremely, extremely cheap people who are still using other people's movie pass, even though it's only $10 a month. So they had to deal with that as well.
Okay, but most people are doing that for Netflix. So
that's different though. Like the Netflix subscription service, that they have a huge back end right now. And once you sign up for that, like they just pretty much have to keep their servers up and running. That's pretty much what they're paying for. With MoviePass, they're shelving out money literally every single day.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. It's not like a ongoing just maintenance type thing for them.
Plus, Netflix does have limits. You can do 2 screen or 4 screen, so it doesn't matter if you give your sign in to 20 people.
They can't do it at 20
or 4 people watching at one time.
But that only came up because they had to figure it out, just like MoviePass is learning. People will take advantage if you let them.
There is growing for every company. Every company grows and they learn from their mistakes. The problem is MoviePass's mistakes are more expensive than it is for other people. Yeah. Like they literally are paying for people's movies and people are using them, especially in the summertime when it's hot. People want to go inside and watch a movie. And so what happens is they're not getting anything back. It's not enough people joining. Yeah. I think they thought that they could have more people that could join and those monthly prices would balance everything out. But
I think the problem is that they had too many people join. And now they're shelving out money for each one of those people because they're actually using their subscription. Yeah, if I have 10 million people show up, it's like, what, $100 million. But if all of them are going to see a movie like 5 times a month, I'm getting fucked.
And then their expenses are higher because they're the middleman.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about the movie theater, they can afford to charge you $10 to come see a movie because they pay everything else. And so that $10 that they're getting, they're not really spending $10 to show you the movie.
Right.
So they're making profit off that. But MoviePass is the middleman, so they got to dish out $10 per person.
They don't get
it's basically helping the theater get a
No, because most of the theaters didn't want them to be doing it. I think it was
their biggest detractor. They didn't, at first, they weren't even going to allow them to be able to work in those theaters. And they kind of let it off, but secretly they were just planning their own service.
They had to let it off because there was no way they could stop it because it's really just a MasterCard. They'd have to block MasterCard.
Why doesn't Fandango buy MoviePass and start a subscription service?
Well, Fandango, I think, was actually trying to do something similar, too.
Yeah, I bet MoviePass probably saying the same thing. Why doesn't Fandango just buy us?
I mean, that would be the smartest thing.
They have to show that they're profitable first, though.
The thing that turned me off about MoviePass was how they was explaining it. It could be changed now, but there's like, you have to go to the theater and be close to it.
You gotta check in.
And like do all that. Yeah. I ain't got time for all that. Like, I buy a movie ticket while I'm at work. Like, I'll be at work, I'll be like, I'm gonna go see a movie.
And there was people like you that were in that boardroom that was like, people aren't gonna want to do this. They're not gonna want to go to the movie, do this ticket. So like, they're just gonna buy a subscription.
He's more
and they're not gonna go. Yeah. And that's what they were hoping for.
Them.
Yeah, exactly. But people were like, it's $10 a month.
Like Jules, who went to see the same movie 4 or 5 times.
And they don't mind going through that whole little process, but they were hoping like that would be the detractor. Okay, it's $10 a month, but you got to do this, and this in order to get your movie ticket. People aren't going to want to do that, but they're going to see the $10 a month price, buy it, and it's just going to sit there. I get $120 a month from this guy. A year, $120 from him, $120 from him, and they only spend like $40 of our money throughout the year. That's what they were hoping for.
And it also doesn't help that they would constantly move the goalposts. Like when the first stipulation was, we need you guys to start taking pictures of your pay stub, not pay stubs, your ticket stub, so that you can prove that you actually were there. You know, you used it. You're up or you not. You know,
somebody else.
That was the first thing. Then the second thing, they started doing this thing called surge pricing, which is certain movies at certain times would be too packed. So they would ask you to pay a surcharge, which is basically $7 to $8,
which is the price. You just buy a ticket.
But the problem with it was that at a certain point, surge prices ended up being every showing throughout the day, no matter what location. The guy said he was from rural Kansas, and his theater had nobody in the theater, and yet he spent $7 on surge pricing, as if that movie was going to be packed. Really, it was just small ways for MoviePass to get more money to pay their bills. Yeah. And so it was like real shiesty, like business practice to be like, oh, this is surge pricing. Really is no, we need extra money. So we're going to force you, in order for this movie to work on the app, you have to pay this extra thing. So that business practice, whenever you like just introduce these new stipulations, some people are going to be okay with it, but then some people are going to be like, okay, we clearly know you guys are struggling for money. Yeah. So when you introduce these new stipulations in the membership, we know what you're doing. It's not like it's like it's not known that you guys are going broke. So people are starting to see through that. And of course, I've like what you were talking about, Brian, having to go up there and check in. I've had to deal with that negative way. I went to see Ant-Man. I'm in the lobby. It won't work. I'm checking in over and over again. It won't work. There's a whole bunch of people around me with MoviePass trying to do it at the same time. That was the first time that there was a real outage. And then, of course, they came out and they said, well, if you buy a ticket, we'll reimburse you. That hurt them because now they had to pay for full prices, for everybody's
now it's paying more than what they actually...
So that was the first time. The second time was what you're talking about 2 weeks ago when Mission Impossible and Teen Titans came out the same day. That's two major movies that in the summertime, right? Young people obviously gonna see those movies too. It's just they weren't prepared for that. They weren't prepared for all the people that will use it. The service went down, and then they said, "Oh, we're having problems with they give you little BS things like they won't tell you exactly what happened."
It's like when they, "Oops, sorry, this is not working." That's
like Amazon Day, Prime Day.
We apologize for the inconvenience. We're having problems with just tell us that you guys ran out of money and you can't pay for our tickets. So all of us the people who don't live by the movie theater, they had to make a blank trip, or either they had to end up just paying
the price at the movie theater.
For the movie theater.
Yeah, at that point, you're just going to pay. You're already there.
You're already there. You made the trip, right? Especially if you got a group with you, right? If you made a plan, like we're taking all these kids to the movies, you're not going to go back home.
Disappoint the kids. You can't do that.
Yep. So that backfired because they weren't even being completely honest with why the app wasn't working.
No business is honest.
It came out the next day that they ran out of money. Like, Business Insider and all the Forbes and all of them, they revealed what really happened. But on the phone, the error message was, "Oh, we're just having problems with our servers or something." Some BS stuff.
Well, it was problems.
I mean, you can't put that on your app though. Like, you can't. If I open up MoviePass and it's like, "Sorry, we're out of money," I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like, so I mean, you gotta put that.
Like when the Ant-Man thing happened, I was like, okay, it's a Marvel movie, I'll give it a pass, right? But then I was like, okay, this shit is happening for every major movie, and then they completely now. I don't know if you got the email. They completely taking away all major movies now.
Yeah,
well, it's only for non-studio movie girls.
If you go to any movie theater that's not a studio movie girl. Those movies, they're just no showtimes anymore. Like, it's not even an option. Like, they have, when you go on MoviePass, the front page, they have the box office. All of the top movies are like movies from like 3-4 weeks ago. They don't even allow it. So you can't see Mission Impossible. You can't even see the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Well, he's not going to see Mission Impossible anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It was funny because I remember.
I want to see it though.
I do want to see it too.
I remember. Marco.
This is why we can't get people on the show. You keep cussing them out and make them feel bad. Yeah. Cardi B's never gonna be on here.
Tom Cruise is not gonna be on here.
Yeah.
Hey man,
the mic is too high for him.
Did we not say that about Larry?
But I remember Marco was going through the app, the MoviePass app, and it was showing all the like different surge prices for all the theaters. And then when you get to the top where Studio Movie Grill was, there was no surge prices. All the times were available.
So you mean to tell me every other movie theater in the country at surge prices. Like you have to pay that extra amount. We go to SMG, it was completely just clean. All showtimes, and I was like,
because you're going to go there and you're going to order food.
Well, that's the only theater that partnered with them, so I guess they get a kickback.
It was not, they didn't even try to like make it seem like it's fair. But it's not. So like for all of you who stay by SMG, you guys are good. Y'all can use MoviePass until they officially go out of business.
Yeah, which may not be too long.
I'm thinking about getting the AMC thing because I like how you can go see the IMAX and the 3D also. Mm-hmm. And plus, I'm not going to go see more than 3 movies a week. So
9 times out of 10, when we go to the movies, even as a group, it's at AMC anyway.
Yeah,
right.
It's just I hate to say it, but it is a better experience. The seats are better. It's not sticky and shit all over the floor.
They have reclining seats in the regular theaters now too. It's not just the Dolby anymore. Like I go to the one by my job, and it's just a regular digital showing. They have the reclining seats, so it's really.
That was one of the things I really liked about Studio Movie Grill.
Yeah. So like it's like I said, like I'm gonna use my MoviePass. I think I got like another week or so, and then I'm just gonna cancel it. They're not gonna get another $10, $11 out of me anymore. Not after the multiple times. I can't see major movies. I gotta wait till the movie's out for like a whole month before I can go see it.
I was saying the same thing, and then I looked at my email today, and they actually charged me today. So now I gotta get another month's worth.
I went online to look and see the next billing so that I know, this is when I need to cancel it. But if I lived by SMG, I would keep on. But
I just feel like it's musical chairs. Like at some point they're gonna pull one chair out, and whoever left standing gonna be screwed.
Yeah,
like they're gonna go out of business. They're gonna go out of business. Who knows when? We don't know when the music gonna stop. But if you caught standing, then you ain't get your money's worth, and you done paid all this money, and you saw one movie all year.
And the people who got the year subscription, and they only got it like a couple of months ago. Are they? I don't know. Like,
no, the people that got the year, they're not affected by all the stuff that you guys have because they basically got into a contract. Yeah. So the month to month, you can change.
Your contract changes every month.
Yeah. So the people who got a year, they're still on the other stuff where none of that stuff is blocked out, none of the surge pricing, none of that's all of that.
Okay.
So they're still good. But
so that's why they keep changing all our stuff because we only pay for the month. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would think like
if you pay for the year up front, Mark, they may have money. If everybody paid for the
it's my fault for taking advantage of an awesome one-sided deal that they didn't think out all the way.
But the thing is that subscription services are here to stay no matter what, just in general, because they even have that for cars now. So it's just the way it is.
Yeah. I don't think MoviePass ever intended to be there forever. I think the guy did it to
make a statement.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the old Netflix people.
You know that Netflix really changed the entire industry. So he thought he could do the same thing, but all he did was just let the other companies know what not to do.
But he honestly
they're gonna do their own.
He basically
because MoviePass had been out for a while. It had been out for like a couple of years, but it was it was like $50 a month. Yeah,
like
so 50 what?
It was $50 a month before.
Why would anybody pay
that? Which is why they slashed it to $10 a month to make a statement.
MoviePass?
Yeah, it used to be $50.
Yes. Like I didn't
even know it existed until he told
me. And now you know. Like, and that was the main thing. Now you know it does.
There's another one that's out. It's called Cinema. They do the same thing. Except they do
the S, right?
Yeah, except they do pretty much like what AMC does. Is IMAX, and you can get 2 tickets and stuff like that.
But
and everybody,
you got to pay for a year though. You can't do the.
Some of them are quarterly.
So what is this AMC deal? It's $19.99 a month.
Right.
You see 4 movies a
month, and they're all.
Well, I mean that's a deal.
All showtimes.
Because even if you pay
like
for
Dolby
one
is
IMAX,
what $15.
Your monthly
subscription. Like Adobe movie like 15, right?
16,
right? And so you also have discounts. They give you discounts on popcorn and stuff too.
Yeah, because you're part of that Stubs thing that they have.
It's basically AMC Stubs, but like the platinum edition.
The only play that. I think the only people that I don't see how they're making money other than the experience itself is the iPick stuff. Other than that, I really just don't get it.
I've never been to iPick because of ticket prices and food
prices. iPick is a bougie.
The ticket prices actually aren't bad. It's the food that gets you.
How much is the ticket price?
Ticket price is expensive. $35.
It's still not that bad.
$35 for one ticket?
No, not for the experience. No, I'm not going there. It's not that bad.
$35
to have that experience? No, because they give you free popcorn and they give you free drinks.
So it's $70 for 2 tickets.
Yes.
Wait, 70 to see the same movie?
Yeah, because it's $35 a ticket. It's $35 a ticket
to see the same movie.
Yeah.
That I could go to AMC and pay $10 for.
Yeah. But it's a different theater. Mm-hmm. I mean,
they give you a blanket.
It's blank. You get blankets and all this other stuff.
Like it's kind of like being in somebody's home.
It's like being in your home theater.
Yeah, that's why I said for the experience. No,
I hear what you're saying.
No,
$70 though.
Yeah.
Nah, they tripping.
And especially if you got like a family, oh my god.
Well, no family.
Well, no, you would. It's not a family because it's secluded.
I've been there one time on a date. That was it.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even that much at first.
Like you don't even see the other people in the theater because like it's like little pods.
Yeah, it's a little pod. Yeah,
it's separate. Like actual like. You call it like when you at a restaurant,
like a booth,
type thing. Yeah,
type of thing.
It's like it's like being on the airplane when you get those little pods or whatever. It's secluded or whatever.
And the seats are like
again for the experience. I'm not tripping.
But you know what? They need to just bring back the drive-in theaters. I know they got one somewhere. They need to bring them all. Have them more prominent. That's what it's going to.
The difficult part about that, though, is that cities are built so much up. Like you got to put them.
You gotta have an open in the suburbs.
Because you can't have any like all the outside.
Like, they can build one in Pearland and Sugarland and stuff like that.
Yeah,
in Houston,
it's right out. I think it's right outside of Katy.
Stretches of land.
How do you protect it from our shitty weather?
Yeah, you saw Twister.
I don't know how they used to do that.
I don't know how they used to do it either.
If it rained, you can still watch the movie, but still.
No, I'm talking about our weather.
Like,
but I mean,
I don't know.
But I mean, they have that type of stuff, kind of like at Discovery Green or whatnot. We ever watch the movies on the lawn, so it's similar. True. But unfortunately, like you say, it's just nowhere you can do it in the city other than stuff like that.
And even then, it's only one movie, and it's probably some movie that came out like 12 years ago.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's not that bad.
Because
they played
Jumanji.
They played Jumanji this year.
Well, it's because it's out on. It's June? Out. Yeah, it's out.
It was in June. They played Jumanji in the jungle, the one with the rock in them. Yeah. So
they play movies when they come out on like DVD and stuff.
Yeah. Jack Black was the best person in that movie, by the way. It's hilarious.
He was very fun. The teenage girl.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Okay. Him and The Rock, because it was so out of character.
Yeah, he was a nerd. Yeah. That kiss scene was hilarious.
Like, and then that boy turned around and he was like, don't cry. And that boy's like, I'm allergic to everything.
Cake. How is cake your weakness?
That boy ate that cake and exploded. Kevin Hart just played Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I think everybody did a pretty good job in the movie. The fact that they worked well off each other was really good. Yeah. I was one of those people that went in and was like, "Why are they doing this? This does not make any sense." Good. But it was really
That's
good.
That's the right way you do a reboot or a sequel. You would give it its own thing.
They tried to modernize it by making it like a video game as opposed to a board game.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
I did kind of. I had to hold back a tear when it was like Alan Parrish was here.
Yeah, they gave respect to the
Well, that's what I'm concerned about with like the new Aladdin, like the Aladdin that's coming out.
I'm very concerned.
They're doing live action.
Okay, that's different.
They're doing live action Lion King and Aladdin.
Yeah, but I get it with the you can still use voices for that.
If they do Lion King like the Jungle Book, I think
it'll be great. It's actually the same director.
The Jungle Book, the live action one they did.
Yes,
okay,
the same director, really Jon Favreau, who did the Jungle Book. He's doing the Lion King.
They're doing another Jungle Book movie though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know which one.
Yeah, that one actually.
It's just for me when it comes to Aladdin, I can't see another genie. Can't hear another genie.
But they're saying that they wanted Will Smith to do it.
No,
that's hard.
No, Will Smith has. He's officially they
I know
in the movie. Right?
Yeah, I know,
but it's still hard.
Even with the second Aladdin, when Robin Williams wasn't the genie, it wasn't the same. Not in the second one, no. He was not.
Which one was that? Return of Jafar.
Return of Jafar was not him.
That wasn't him. That was he was really good, but it wasn't him.
I wouldn't have noticed the difference.
They couldn't. Robin Williams and Disney couldn't get together for him to return. Well, I forgot his name.
He does impressions or something.
It wasn't Robin Williams. He only did the original
too. Because he has to look fantastical. He can't just be Will Smith in makeup. Like they have to.
He didn't do King. He did King of Thieves.
That's the third one.
Yeah,
right? With his father.
I don't know.
I never saw King of Thieves.
I just know he did not
see King of Thieves.
You saw it.
I don't remember it.
With Aladdin, yeah. I just know he was not in the second one.
Yeah, I'm nervous about
the guy was really good though.
I thought they did good with Jungle Book. I thought they did good with the Cinderella movie was well done too for a live action movie. But obviously they got the new Pooh movie that just came out.
I was going to say Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that one was done.
Do you think about another movie?
No. Okay. This is the thing that I had with Beauty and the Beast, and I told you about that. Seeing Gaston in a cartoon aspect was okay, but seeing Gaston as a man, that was creepy as fuck to see how much he was wanting her. And
it'd be like
Harvey Weinstein her,
right?
It'd be like Pepe Le Pew in live action.
Yeah.
He was.
But I don't know why I was watching this.
The original sexual predator.
I sent Dia a text. I was like, I don't know if I can keep watching this. This is just creepy as shit, man.
He would not take no for an answer. There's a certain level to persistence that becomes creepy after a while.
He's a sexual predator.
Like anytime he came on, I just had to fast forward, which is sad because I missed a lot of the stuff.
You were cringing?
Yeah, because especially in the beginning, he was like, "Yeah, I am the best one of the village," or something like that, and I was like, "Me too?" Hashtag?
Well, the good thing is that they didn't make him the hero. You know, like Pepe Le Pew was like the main character in those shorts.
Well, so, he was never the hero though. He was always seen as the
creep. It wasn't like you know how Rowan always got one up on Wile E. Coyote. Mm-hmm. Pepe Le Pew, he never really like got any comeuppance for the stuff he was doing.
Which is good. Oh God,
it was terrible.
We had terrible role models.
We didn't notice it because we were just laughing at how absurd it is.
True, but terrible role models are still going on as we have one in the White House.
What a segue.
Good job with that. Good job.
He's not a role model.
So, in his latest rant on Twitter, he was upset over the interview with LeBron James. Mm-hmm. And basically, he was LeBron James was actually being interviewed by Don Lemon regarding his views on the current state of what's going on in sports, as well as his charity work and his new school and things that he's actually creating. It's called I Promise. Is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I Promise Academy.
I Promise Academy, which is, sounds phenomenal. It's a school that's built in the inner cities for kids that are at risk. Free transportation if you live within 2 miles. 2 miles. 2 miles. It's got food pantries for the families and things. GED classes for
uniforms or
uniforms provided. Any kid that graduates high school gets free tuition to the University of Akron.
And they get bicycles and helmets.
And the parents have a
GED classes,
It's literally
job placement.
It's solving all the problems that inner city have, which is education, accessibility, and resources.
And parents not being involved.
Right.
You solved all
and
that.
So it's a model for hopefully everybody else can start using their money. He's like you say, he's a role model. He's literally saying, this is what I'm doing. You guys can all do it too. It helps everybody. It's all good. And of course, someone who does the right thing has to be something wrong to the president. Because he can't help but be the opposite.
It's threatening to him.
He was upset over a question
to other people like him too,
that was asked to LeBron. Don Lemon basically said that LeBron said he felt that Trump was being divisive with his use of his power on, sports and things like that. He was using sports to basically divide us and turn us against each other, and that is when he just kind of let me pull up the actual tweet.
Well, it hurt him.
He was saying
he was hurt by that. That's why he lashed out.
Yeah,
he loves it when celebrities like praise him.
Yeah.
So
he loves it when anybody.
Whenever a celebrity says something bad, he feels like he has to lash out, even when it's someone that's literally doing all the right things.
It's his ego.
And also, ironically, he's campaigning in Ohio for like the Ohio seat. So like you're literally going to go after LeBron, and while you're campaigning in Ohio,
you're lose Ohio.
Yeah. I just want to read the tweet. So he goes, LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike.
That's a real tweet.
Yeah, that's the tweet that was
when
put out.
When I first saw it, I thought, people can make fake tweets. They have like fake Donald tweets where they just like satire. I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I looked it up and I was like, wait, This is on his official Twitter.
Why is that surprising to you?
No. It's so immature.
He's done a lot of immature shit on
Immature. He sounds exactly like a troll.
Before we get into 45, I just want to say any athlete. There's been many athletes that started schools, but they've been charter schools.
Yeah.
And things that tuition needed to be paid and all that type of stuff. LeBron James, just think about this for a minute, opened up a public school.
Yeah. You know how hard that is?
Extremely. Like, that means you had to get the buy-in from the city, from the Board of Education. You had to get sponsorship and funding from other areas. I'm sure some of this this money came out of his own pocket or whatever. Like, in terms of the ideal role model athlete, it don't get no better than LeBron James. You know, all the basketball comparisons aside, like whatever, I think on a philanthropy side, like he's probably one of the greatest.
Side.
I mean,
the greatest athletes ever.
I mean, the only other person to open up a school is Oprah, and she did that in Africa because but
it costs $20 to open a school in Africa.
There's no controversy.
There's no controversy behind LeBron James.
Well, you would take him. You would take him out of sports. And you would send him to like the level of stuff that Ali did for like blacks and whatnot, because it had nothing to do with sports. The things that he just did for you, like why he's considered great. Yeah.
So his greatness is unprecedented in our time.
Yeah. Yes.
Now back to 45. Like Mark said, he's just immature, and nothing he does at this point surprises me. He's racist, and he loves to go after people that do positive things and that disagree with the way he goes about doing stuff.
But see, the thing is for me, like, I'm not so much surprised that he was immature or whatever. That's how he is. I know that. I was surprised that, like, I would think that if you're trying to be reelected, you're not gonna go for somebody who's likable. You're not gonna attack somebody who's likable. You just shut up. You attack somebody else. You attack Colin Kaepernick because he's got people that hate him. He's an easy target.
He's a divisive person.
So Cap was an easy target. If you start a fight with Cap, you might win that publicly.
Right.
You can't win a public fight with LeBron James.
Because
why would you choose that? That's just stupid.
All it does is reinforce what we already knew about him, is that it don't matter who you are, what you've accomplished, what you've done, he still looks at you the same way.
You say he can't win it, but in his mind, he wins stuff that other people considers he lost. Well, it's what he thinks. It's what he thinks.
Also, they talk about how he no longer cares about expanding his base anymore. They're talking about his rallies from last night. They said it was so homogenous. It was just all older white people, right? And what happens is he doesn't care about reaching out to other groups anymore because he's so sensitive and so like thin-skinned that he can't hear any criticism from anywhere else. So he just completely blocks it out. So when he goes after LeBron, you said, obviously, why would you go after him? To his base, to his supporters, they're actually cheering him on for that. Because LeBron is what they hate, a successful black man who has his own voice. Yeah. So they are going to love him more. Yeah. But anybody who was on the fence and was thinking about coming to support him, that's who it hurts. And that's the problem because he lost the popular vote.
Who's on the fence, though? You're either against or for Trump at this point.
There are people still on the fence because...
Those aren't people. Those aren't people.
No, listen. So basically what it is that they have a lot of people who like what he's saying for certain things as far as them getting tax breaks, healthcare, and the stuff with the Iran deal and things like that. They hate the other stuff that he's saying as far as the bigotry, the hatred, the xenophobia, things like that. But they don't want to be labeled as a racist or any of that other stuff just because they want to, keep a little money in their pocket. That is those people who are still on the fence.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're on the fence there.
Yeah, I mean,
clearly you're on the side. You just don't want to choose.
Yeah. But they don't see it that way. That's the thing.
I know,
but they say, "Hey, I just didn't like Hillary Clinton." That's why I voted. And I'm like,
if you agree with Trump, you're a racist.
Exactly.
But they don't see it that way.
That's like me saying, I don't want black people to get lynched. But if they lynched, I'm going to have a front row seat watching.
Yeah.
Like, no, you still fucking racist.
This is a lot of stuff that does not affect them. So that's why.
I disagree with black people being lynched. But the guy over here that is performing the lynching got me a tax cut.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm not mad at him.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna have a front row seat watching.
Oh, and I wanted more Republican judges on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And he's able to give me that. So I'm gonna just exclude the fact that he's trolling American citizens online because I'm getting something that I want. And it's not hurting me. He's not going after me. He's not trying to ban me from coming in the country.
One-topic voters are the most dangerous voters that they are.
Yeah, and that's a lot of them.
I don't call those people on the fence, though, because every president, even if I'm for some, but there's stuff I didn't like about Obama. There's always going to be something you don't like and do like about a person. So those people aren't on the fence. They've already chosen a side. They just don't want to admit it publicly.
Yeah.
So there is no on the fence for Trump.
And there were other Republican options. They chose him.
Yeah.
So you can't say, I mean, everything he's doing now, he was doing before the primaries.
Before he was nominated, they used to go off on him. They would call him all kinds of horrible stuff. Ted Cruz and all them used to say.
But now they rallied behind him because he won.
He's giving them what they want, right? It's that the partisanship thing is stronger than the actual like beliefs. Yeah. If your guy if he's on your team, you can hate his guts, but as long as he's on your team, you still have to support him. But the weirdest thing is the people who voted for Obama who voted for Trump. Because I didn't know that there were a lot. Van Jones talked about. He said there were people that voted for Obama twice, but they voted for Trump because they thought that he would be different because he wasn't a politician. Mm-hmm. Those people may be dumb in our eyes because we're like using like common sense, but those are the people that Trump needs to keep on his side, and he loses them when he loses them when he does shit like the LeBron thing. Because remember, he lost the popular vote, which means that whenever you win election but lose by popular vote, that means that people just stayed home. What about those people that stayed home? They're gonna go vote next time. And do you want them to? They're not gonna vote for him because they didn't want to vote for him the last time. So that's his problem. He thinks that as long as he keeps his own folks happy, that he can stay. Well,
that's the other issue with the popular vote, because if it's like, even if those people come in, if they're all already in a state that's already not Trump, it doesn't matter. Like just those votes, those
the people in Ohio,
what's the name votes, you get them regardless of the electoral votes.
How much we vote here.
Texas
like in Texas,
state. Doesn't matter. California doesn't matter. It's like I said, they call them battleground states.
The swing states,
where it's literally like it depends on who shows up that day,
like
and
Ohio,
that's who wins. Which is where So those people, he's losing those people because those people are like, hey, we gave you a chance, but you're doing this foolishness.
All them coal miners that he screwed over.
Because he can go to Alabama and say whatever. They're going to vote for him.
The farmers.
He can go to Texas. He can go to Florida. He can go to them states because they're going to support whoever is a Republican. Mm-hmm. But those battleground states, that's where he screws up.
Does he care about remaining president, though? Like, does he care if he gets the second term?
For pride. For no other reason but for pride. He doesn't want Obama or any other president to have 2 terms. He only had 1.
I feel like he didn't even want 1. I thought he just ran for fun.
That's what I'm saying. I was surprised I won.
But at this point,
build his brand up and his and he was trying to get his family, because they all got he got all his family jobs, right? They making money. Their companies are getting like breaks and stuff from other companies. So he's
using his power.
He's doing what he wanted to do. Is just that he doesn't like being president. That's why he's always on vacation all the time. Like he doesn't want to go to like those meetings. He's at those like them ambassador meetings, and he looks so uncomfortable. He don't really want to be there. He want to be playing golf. So the problem is when it's voting time, all those people who stayed home, they have to show up. Yeah. And if they show up, he's going to lose because...
And I hope that happens because, for him, that would be a huge L. Like, in his mind, like, for us, it's like, okay, well, you were still president once, so it's not that big of a deal. But for him, that would be a huge L. It's like, no, I can't lose. I can't lose an election.
He was sensitive about the freaking crowd size. So he's going to be petty if he doesn't get reelected.
And he's going to complain and say it was rigged.
There were Mexicans that were voting.
He said that when he won.
He was like,
I only lost the popular vote because they had Mexicans who were not citizens and they were voting. So we need to establish a voting commission to go and try to.
And they've already
they were like there was no voter for her.
Yeah.
But I love that. Even Dan Rather went off on him on that tweet after that. That was hilarious. I was like, you pissed off Dan Rather. Yep. Like, for real? Is that even possible?
It definitely is. He did it.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Melania
Melania. Melania came back.
That was a cold-blooded
thing.
That
hurt right there. She was like, I know you cheat on me all the time and stuff, so I love what LeBron James did with his school. I would like to visit. That's right there is subtle shade. Because, she hates Donald's guts.
Wife.
Mm-hmm. She hates his guts, but she has to stick around because she's the first lady. So it's just little stuff like that. Like, Melania is hoping to actually visit the school. Just little stuff like that. I'm like, see, Melania know what's up, right? Yep. Also,
I'm sorry, I still can't give her a pass for that damn jacket. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. Whoever was on her team, they all should have been fired. Yeah, but just little stuff like that, I know that hurt Trump's too, because it's like, wow, my wife completely says the opposite of what I'm doing or whatever.
She didn't disparage him, but just the fact that she said
anything.
Yeah, it was like, subtle.
I would like to visit the school. LeBron James is doing great things.
Yeah.
And the timing. I mean, she did it literally the next day after her husband spit out this tweet that night before.
That was very subtle shade right there. And I mean, and it's common sense, man. Like, even the Fox News people, they were like, what LeBron is doing is a good thing. He's freaking
Fox News.
Even some Fox News people.
Fox News?
Yes. Not the crazy, like, right-wing ones, but, like, there were some people like, look, he just built a school. Like, how can you really... Like you said, he's literally like the definition of a decent human being, and you gonna have
a problem with that.
That's interesting because I saw Laura Ingraham, which was the one that told him to shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah. Like she basically didn't say anything about the school. Like she just glazed over that part, but she focused on the part where he talked about Trump. And he said that Trump was being divisive, and she basically flipped it back and said, no, the players are being divisive. Trump is just speaking up for America. Like, that's how she spun the story.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on the good things. Dude built a huge school. Like, this is a huge story, but you ignore that and talk about this
Because that part is...
People don't like the truth.
They don't like the truth. They're gonna pick and choose what they can use. Also, like, it's the narrative, right? The narrative is the rich black man... A rich black man, well, like white people hate rich black men more than anything, especially if they not rich, because they like you not supposed. If I'm supposed to have a better life than you.
If you white all that just to dribble a ball.
Broke, you
Donald Trump.
Shit out of
Donald Trump. D.L. Hughley said, if you white and broke, you might as well give away your white privilege to somebody else, right? Because you messing up.
You messing up. When they see rich black men talk about problems in the country, that pisses them off even more, because they were like, yo, you ain't even supposed to be, successful.
You rich. You make $40 million for dribbling a basketball.
Shut up. You shut up. You got it better than everybody.
You ain't got a right to complain.
Ain't nothing wrong.
I wish y'all could see T and his actions trying to say that.
But that's how they feel. They can't stand a rich black man and who speaks out on problems in the country, because they, it's a resentment thing. Yeah. Like, how dare you say anything bad? That's why they hated the NFL players and called them sons of bitches, because they make money, right? How dare they talk about racial injustice? But even though we literally seen athletes get profiled and all of that.
And then they ignore the fact that most of the time those athletes aren't talking about themselves. Right. They're talking about people like us who don't have a voice.
It's called having empathy. Yeah. That means putting yourself in someone else's shoes, and they have a problem. They can't do that. They can only think from themselves.
They're trying to, make things better. They're, appointing people on behalf of America to speak to other countries, like Steven Seagal.
What the hell did Steven Seagal do?
He's a Trump supporter, right?
He is.
What role did he play?
As an ambassador to the Russian relations.
Shit. Okay.
Do they need an ambassador to Russia?
Yeah. Trump is the ambassador to Russia.
Yeah, I'm about to say Trump just got out of the bed.
I was like, I saw that
on the phone. They be going, you go to sleep. No, you go to sleep.
Trump send Putin a hey big head text.
Yeah. What you doing?
What you doing?
WYD.
What you doing?
They don't need no ambassador to Russia.
They just got out of a meeting a few weeks ago, and Putin already wants to set up another meeting in Washington with him. It's like, come on, y'all meet more than any other two countries.
Yeah, I saw that. That messed me up. I was like, for real, Seagal. We got Rodman and Seagal now.
Yep, that's what we got.
All right.
D.L. Hughley said something that was on an interview I was watching last night, actually. He said that white people don't want to be classified with racist, be classified as racist. And he was saying in his book that he wrote a book, I think it's called How to Not Get Shot. Yeah, How to Not Get Shot. And he was saying how black people could never be racist. He said, as a black person, I could never put systems in place or policies in place that really and literally ruin your life, that make your prison sentences harder, that make you ineligible for certain jobs. Like he says, as a black person, as black people, we don't have that kind of power. He said, It's a difference between being racist and being uncomfortable. So a black person might make you uncomfortable, but a black person ain't racist. He said gas makes you uncomfortable. Stubbing your toe makes you uncomfortable. But we can never be racist. We can't.
Yeah.
I know
you can be biased. Everybody has some sort of bias, systematically, but you can't do nothing about it.
Put things in place to oppress white people.
And he also said, like, if you're at home and you can't stand black folk, right? That's fine. But when you take that outside and you put it into policy and you put it into actual like laws, that's when it becomes a real problem. You can't make someone like someone else. But when you literally are using legislation, when you're using when they separated those kids and stuff, that was an actual policy that they put forth and said, if you cross this border, you're automatically a criminal. We can separate your kids. They put that policy in.
It's funny how when they put that policy in, but on CNN, the analysts are trying to defend, saying that wasn't the policy, and we weren't trying to separate families. But it's like we could read.
It's literally it's 2 + 2 is 4 though. If you automatically make them a criminal, which you don't have to commit a criminal act. The criminal act is just showing up, right? Yeah. You have automatically they have to separate the kids. And they said, well, Obama had a policy. No. What Obama would do was when they would get here, he would send them back as a family. He never separated the parents from the children.
Yeah, because it wasn't a criminal offense.
If someone shot someone or beat someone or raped someone, that's a criminal offense, and they would be obviously separated. But you just showing up, they would just send you all back together. The Trump's it's called a zero tolerance thing with Jeff Sessions was if you show up, you're automatically a criminal, and we're going to detain you, and we're going to separate you for your children. When it turned out that it happened to thousands of kids, they were like, "Oh shit, we messed up." About that. It was Obama. Like, no.
There's a reason that the Obama administration didn't go that far.
Right.
I mean,
they have human.
They're not just gonna let you come in, but at the same time, they're not gonna put you in prison either.
Right. They're gonna send you back together with your children. And the problem is the people. It got out. The pictures got out. Yeah. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're no longer doing it. But now there's still a bunch of kids who still haven't been united because they send their parents to like different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So it's like there's certain things that. And we all know, like, that wouldn't have happened if it was little white kids getting separated from their...
The little white kids who never would have...
I was going to say, under what situation would that even occur?
The Swedish children? What? No.
The Swedish children? Yeah. I don't know what situation it would occur in, so
like,
you'd never be able to know.
So the people that say, I'm not racist, well, you allow them to separate these people.
Because they did not actively participate. That's what they say.
Right. And they didn't do it themselves. Also,
if you agree with anything that they are doing, you are racist.
But that is the same thing. Obama said this a while back on Mark Harmon's podcast when he was actually still president. He was like, it's still a lot of racism out there, but people keep thinking that because I was president that it's just gone or that it's placated at this point. But just because you don't say nigger in public does not mean you're a racist.
Also,
and that's basically what it is.
To be racist.
But that's what they're equating
like,
it to.
They think racism, when they think racism, they think of dudes in white hoods.
Yes, because that's what we've always said. That's what's racist. It's not until now that people are putting more strenuous ties to it. It's kind of like the same thing with the Me Too
stuff. More things are considered racist. Yeah.
Well, it was always, we knew it was racist, but we just didn't say it like that. We
tolerated it because we thought it was just a way of life. Like, when you walk into a bank, they're automatically not going to, like, oh, I'm not giving him a loan.
Honestly,
you didn't call him a nigga, but you basically just looked at him and said, I'm not going to give him a loan. That's still racism, you know?
It was basically, honestly, because it was the fallout from the previous generations. It was like, they had it bad. This isn't that bad. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what it was. It was just like, okay, this is something we could deal with. But it's gotten to the point where that stuff is starting to come back, and that's when you swing, the pendulum swings.
It's always been hard for us to complain, knowing what our ancestors were.
Exactly.
Knowing the way it is now, they would die to live in this culture compared to what they did.
I mean, some of them did.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So it's always been difficult for us to complain.
Like, look, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that guy walked to the other side of the sidewalk when I walked by. Okay, that's fine.
Like, it's not great, but it could be worse.
I remember asking Dad about something one time, and he started onto a story where he was like, "Oh, well, I remember that was when such and such got lynched," and his brother chimed in. He's like, "Oh yeah, that was when they caught that boy strong," and that just scared the shit out of me. And they spoke about it like "Oh yeah," like it was just something that was okay.
Common occurrence at the grocery store.
Yeah, because they explained what the guy had done, and that the guy just caught him. He's like, "Yeah, I just turned around and left." I was like, "God damn." And they were just like okay with it at that point.
But it's like I can't complain about getting followed around the store.
Yeah,
when that shit could have gotten me lynched 40 years, 50 years ago.
Whistling,
whistling.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, you look at a lot of stuff like back to the Trump administration. Some of the things that they're doing, and a lot of the people that voted for them, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not racist."
Yes,
but you empowered racism.
Right.
So
and
just because you handed somebody the rope to do the lynching doesn't mean that you're absolved of any guilt.
You can still support a president's policies and then criticize them for the ones you don't agree with. It's almost like they feel like if they support him, they have to support every single thing. Like it's literally like if the Democrats don't like it, well, I have to be for it. It doesn't even matter if it goes against all your beliefs or whatever. Because they scared to call him out on paying off porn stars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they would have crucified a Democrat.
Obama
Obama
had smashed a porn star and paid off.
Forget all that. If Obama had 3 kids,
if he had a
2 different women,
and he cheated on all the women,
right? Talking about grabbing them by the pussy. Do you know what kind of Obama?
He wouldn't have been nominated. He wouldn't even been a senator. Obama
was the most hated man because he wore a tan suit.
The tan suit, they freaked out. No, that time he put Dijon mustard on his hot dog. They called him elitist.
Trump suits don't even fit.
I don't know. Long ass ties. Yeah. Ties go down to his knees and shit. But he put Dijon mustard on the hot dog and they freaked out. I'm like, you do know Dijon costs the same amount as regular mustard, right? If you go to a store, it's the same, but they call him elitist.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Trump plays more golf than he does at actually running our country.
At his own golf course. I mean, taxpayer dollars.
He spends more money taking trips.
Which he literally complained about Obama doing the exact same thing. Yeah. He plays too much golf. But then you become president and play 5 times as much golf.
Well, if y'all need to go on Reddit, it's called Trump Criticizes Trump. And they have a tweet for literally every
I've seen that
thing. There's somebody pulled up yesterday multiple tweets of him talking about how great LeBron James is as a basketball player and how he's a good person. Yeah. It was like there's a tweet for everything. He has zero self-awareness. He has no idea what hypocrisy is because literally everything that he does now, he had something back in the day that was completely the opposite. He's the least genuine person alive. Everything that comes out of his mouth is bullshit.
And the thing that I think about is, I understand if, some people want to be loyal to their political parties, which I think is stupid. But if you do that, you understand the precedent that you're setting, right?
Right.
So now when the Democrats 10 years from now have Dennis Rodman as president,
I can't stand
you can't complain.
Right.
You can't complain and because also, everything that he's going to do, you've greenlit today.
And what are they going to run on after Trump? Because, if Trump gets reelected, right, he'd have to change the term limitations in order. But they're going to need somebody else after Trump, right? So what are you going to run on? You going to run on the party of, family values? With the guy who literally smashing porn stars and paying them off? You going to run on the party of low spending and stuff when he's literally, wasting taxpayer dollars on everything. What are they going to run on? They can't run on anything that they used to run on.
Well, it's the what have you done for me lately? They're going to bank on the fact that people aren't going to. That's not going to be at the forefront of news when that stuff comes up.
Pretty much.
They're going to bank on us being idiots, which is what they always do. That's what elections are all about. The public being idiots.
And let's destroy all of the news credibility. So that if there's any negative stories, we can just say it was fake news.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because that's what he's getting ready for, right?
It's going to backfire on him again.
The trial is it seems like, not the trial, the investigation, the more stuff comes out, the more Trump goes after the media because he knows something happens with his son or whatever, whoever was involved. All his supporters are going to be like, it's not real. They're not going to believe. They're going to be like, it's just fake. Even though there's literally an FBI warrant for something, they can be like, no, it's not real because Trump has told me for months that it's fake, and that's what he's getting ready for right now. He's getting ready because I think they got something on his son. He was talking about this morning. He's talking about his son had a legal meeting Now, months ago, they said the meeting didn't exist, right?
Yeah.
And now they're saying, the meeting happened, but it was legal. They weren't. He said they were just.
They changed it a couple times. They said it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Then they said, okay. When the facts came out that they did have a meeting, then he said, we did meet, but we were talking about blah blah blah.
Yeah, adoption.
Then later on, more of the story came out. They're like, we did meet. We talked about other stuff, but we only talked about it for a few minutes.
Right.
Most of the meeting was about what I originally told you.
You sound like Kendrick Lamar from Power right now. The way he's talking.
Yeah, and also don't forget, last week he said collusion is not a crime.
Yeah.
Wait,
see,
but if there's no collusion,
they keep changing.
Why even?
Exactly.
Yeah, why bring that up?
They keep changing the story because they know they're getting deeper and deeper in shit.
No,
it's not.
All it does is just confirm, and it's not a what you call it.
You can use it in court. But you can't. But it's not.
You can use it in impeachment hearings as a way to say that he's not.
And I think there are some crimes tied to it, like collusion. There's no crime that says collusion is
but like money laundering, campaign finance,
conspiracy to commit voter fraud, like all that type of stuff.
Like hacking someone or surveillance, those are crimes. Like or like stealing something from someone's house or something. You're literally telling someone to do what is a crime. That's collusion. I mean, that can be considered collusion, too. So there's certain things inside of collusion that is legally a crime.
Are you calling yourself crazy?
Winding it.
That's a wind? Why did you do it lower? You get it like right at your head.
Oh, God.
Cuckoo.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and move into our favorite state. Florida. We're going to have to roll through these kind of quickly because we got to go. Oh, that's Ohio. That's in Idaho. I'm sorry. Wrong one.
Idaho?
Yeah, there was a bunch of goats that got loose and was just terrorizing the city in Idaho.
In Idaho.
That's fun.
That's a very Idaho story.
Yeah.
But this is a very Florida story.
Looking for potatoes.
Florida man tries to trade live gator for beer.
You talking about the dude that chased people around with the gator?
No, he caught this gator.
Yeah.
He caught this gator and basically brought it into a store and was like, "Give me a 12-pack for this." What would you give? Yeah, for the gator, 4-foot alligator.
Poor gator. Yeah. Gator probably just mind his business. Like this dude's trying to trade me.
Basically, was.
Wow.
But somebody would say, that's a damn good deal.
I was going to say, that gator is worth more than a pack of beer.
Yeah.
But they're in Florida, though. Either gators are like pigeons over there. Like, they everywhere.
Yeah, but catching them is just a little different. They're usually pretty big.
I was going to say, there's more of them there, but it's not as many as you think. It's just more than what is elsewhere in the United States.
Yeah. What, he's going to make some shoes out of it?
Yeah, I like shoes.
Food, shit.
I know a guy that makes shoes, so go on.
What else is funny? I saw this. This was hilarious since we're talking about beer. They're now selling Florida Man beer.
That's the brand?
That is the name of it. Florida Man.
They make you do Florida Man stuff?
Yes.
That's not good. That's if it make you...
It looks like an Arizona iced tea can, though.
Yeah, it kind of does, but, I mean...
Yeah.
Florida Man beer.
With the colors.
Yeah, like I would think that's like an Arizona iced tea, but just without
that.
I have no idea.
I just don't understand. I don't know what that logo is.
It's a man fighting an alligator.
How can that state produce so much stupidity, though?
Because
I don't understand. Like,
I think it's for situations like this. Tallahassee man seen putting white fluids in coworkers' drinks. That may be a reason. Co-workers, not co-worker.
I mean, it's not worse than that student or those students that was like making gum out of it or some shit. What was that? Like making gum out of it. It was one story that we had a long time ago where it was like they made like gum or something out of semen and were giving it to the classmates.
Oh, make me spit my gum out, man.
Yeah, it was something terrible.
It's something it has to be something in the water, like we were saying before. That stuff that's being pumped into their water because they had that leakage in their water drinking system.
Whatever happened with that story?
And nothing ever happened.
The crazy.
Yes. Which is a good movie, by the way.
About that movie, yeah.
That's a very good movie, by the way.
Did Peter call?
Peter call. I forgot about
those are your headlines.
We laughed at that part. It was supposed to be serious.
Right, yeah.
Did Peter call?
As always, please continue to follow us on social media. Say What Radio for all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. Again, thank you for tuning in. As always, the biggest compliment you guys can give us is to really, really, really share, like, subscribe, review the show on iTunes, Google Play, thumbs up on Facebook, everything. Tell your family, friends about the show. We may not be everybody's cup of tea, but hey, let them listen and we can come to an agreement. You know, you like this, don't like this, but that was funny. Yes, it was. Thank you for tuning in. Catch us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
I'm dying in this fucking fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. Let's get the fuck out of this country, mother. The fuck is that?
Say what again?